All right. Welcome. Go. So, just checking on my camera, make sure everything's looking right. Looks like the colors are pretty much how you see on screen, how seeing them here. We could have adjusted that light a little bit more. But go. So, it's been a hot moment. Actually, it's been a cold moment. The weather's a bit weird. Let's bring up my picture. Today I'm going to work on this section here. I'm just trying to get this right off her dress. So if I bring up the reference photo for you, and if you look on her arm, there's um, there's all the creases that come out on the dress around under her arm and follow the contour. So I want to try and capture those if I can. Put that away. So the creases sort of come out on angles like this. And this section of her dress that's getting there, I'm okay with that. Got the view of the window behind, that's fine. Gonna lighten up the curtains later. Starting to get a nice velvety feel for his jacket. Even some of the buttons look like buttons. So that's a bonus. That's a bonus. Let's crack on. I'm going to be using the pan pastel, and the pan pastels that I've been using, and I'm going to just switch it up a little bit. Is that a colorless blender? It is. So I've been using a red iron oxide, some orange, permanent red tint, and we're going to start getting some turquoise in the shadows. But I'll see if I can first, and I'm just using the, let's hold that up a little bit closer for you. We're using the thin edge of the wedge. So just, these are the soft tools they're called. From it's now Golden. It used to be Pan Pastel was the brand, but Golden purchased them. So I'm also trying to stand at an angle which is more convenient for you to see. Just swing that around a little bit more. Try and get my big arm and back out of the way. So I think we're all good. A wee heart emoji on my own. We've got a heart. Oh look, there's a YouTube heart. Let's use that. Looks like I'm in need of aid. But just so I've got a comment myself. Right, I think we're ready to go. Let's crack on and try. Gonna try and get this dress sort of all sorted, and we'll zoom in for you. So you've seen it from the. There you go. I think it's not too bad. So what's been happening for me? Why have I been so slow in getting back to painting? Well, I have a a job. I have my own business. Well, clearly, as an artist, you've got your own business, but I have a little contracting business where I provide distilled wisdom for my clients. How about that? Sounds like gin, doesn't it? What does David do? Oh, he gets his clients tipsy. Start using some other color in here as well. I want that to be quite dark. So we are going to start with, I'm going to use this is the turquoise shade. And I quite like that. It can go to extra dark. So with extra dark. But I just like it as a, we'll just use it as a shade to begin with, because I've got some delineation I need to start occurring. Yeah. Don't want to go too dark to begin with. So this little consulting business I run, I had a client for the last 3 years, and they've just changed CEO, and naturally the new CEO would like just work things out for themselves, which is absolutely fine. It's how it should be. There to this work. There. This goes right into the it's better. So what that meant is that I needed to start finding some other work to support my art, because it's not a full-time. This is the journey, right? I haven't reached any financial destination yet. There's lots of very good artists in the world who art is their, well, it's their passion. It's also their, it's not their financial means. It was lovely to read recently that in Ireland they give artists sort of like a living wage for doing art. What their artists that way. Thought that was charming. Anyway, I've had to writing some proposals and getting my business brain working. See how that pans out. So that's just why this has taken a bit of a back step. It's nice to be back painting again. There's something incredibly restorative about art. Whether it comes from looking at art, you go into a gallery and you could just feel time just slow down a bit. And painting is like that too. Time will just start to slow down as you pick up your paints or your pastels in this case. Right. Hello, William. Thank you. That's lovely. Nice thing to say. It's nice to have you, to see you again, so to speak. And just gently getting some of this shadowy stuff happening. We're going to drop some other colours in here as well. I hope you've got your pencils or whatever out, William, and painting along. Those who don't know, William sent me a lovely message that said he gets his art gear out and does a paint along while I do my ramble. Which is what could you ask for from doing a stream? That's just charming. You've sort of like do these streams to not just track my journey of to show sort of the progress that you can make as an artist. Because when I've started, quality was pretty. It wasn't great, but you're just beginning. So actually, probably I could be cautious there. When you start, the quality is great because you started. Quality is only bad when you're not willing to start. When fear prevents you from worrying what other people will think about your art. That's often, stops people from don't want to be critiqued. But once you start, your work is actually great. And it can only get better as you start learning new techniques. Guilty as charged. You're finishing your lunch with your pencils at the ready. Fantastic. I had a mighty Marmite sandwich for lunch. Well, anyone who Doesn't know what Marmite tastes like. It's a cultural experience here in New Zealand. It's very strong flavour. Let's get some reds. Where is? There we go. Let's get some really dark. Oh no, we'll stick with that red actually. Get into some turquoise. Get up. So Marmite's a yeast extract. Sometimes called black meat because it's got protein and goodness you need. So strong. Be a bit yucky if you put too much on. It's the shadows I'm looking for. Up, down there. Redder. Up, these shadows in the folds of the cloth working. I really like this uh, turquoise and pastel. I've used it on rocks and it was magnificent for rocks. It's got this grey blue comes through. It's just beautiful. Beautiful for shadow. Don't want to worry too much about up here where it's going to be light. Got some hints of how the material falls. I just keep trying to follow the contours and hopefully the picture appears. Lighten some of this up. this white line go? If I got a pink, if I got over here, I've already got. I really want to use. Whoops. Here we go. That's what we need. Just trying to keep this light. I might just use some of the paper for the lightest bits. Wonder if I could pull that off with a rubber. I just chat away to myself while I. So we've got these kneadable rubbers. Just knock that back a bit. I may put a light blue for the bright white. So I had gone with a probably a dairy light yellow. Keep that a bit more. Just let the paper show through. Goes away. Come on, be good. Now the kneadable rubbers, I prefer keeping in an airtight container. Because I don't want them drying out. Now, I think I'm going to introduce some bright yellow green. Yep. That's what we're going to do. Because we've got it's quite a good shadow color as well. Need to fix that bit of your dress. Shadow up that sleeve. That's sort of an ochre in there, so let's just drop that in. Yeah. I'm going to have some ochre over here. Also, some of that green. Just want to blend it in a bit. them coming in here. Nice. I think we want that. In here. Yeah, it's gonna go. Where's the light ochre? Nope. Yes. It's going the wrong way. Okay. Is that darker one? Get the edge. There. Slap in some dark red. So maybe just. Actually, I do want some magenta. Okay. These we just made a wee fold line. We need to get the light on the other side. And then it's got another bit of red and magenta. And that comes down here. This is, that's light in there. Yep. It's light on that side. Got some light bouncing up here. Which means this is back to being a yellow. It's light on there. Need just so we've got a bits of contrast. How the light works falling on that cloth. Human mystery. Supernatural. That's in shadow up there. Shadowy. Let's just darken up our contrast. Go with a bit of a more red. You can always tone this back a bit later. Now, where was I? I was going to do some green. Because we've got all this green in the what's going on over here. It turns into actually a nice little turquoise behind us. I'll just put that in to remind me. I want soft turquoise and probably some ochre. With some of that light ochre I was playing with. That's it. That's a continuation of some column coming down from above. There's some light and stuff happening behind her. Okay, let's stay on this sleeve. Switch to red. Where's my red? Here we go. Bright red. Which we will blend out. Blend it back. We're going for time. Yep, we've done half an hour. That's good. Heaps time. Go help an elderly friend with their clock this afternoon. when Helen gets back. And poor Helen's visiting her elderly mother at the moment, who's 90 something. And it's in care, and it's just a miserable life. I totally recommend not going into care ever. It's just awful. I mean, the other options are pretty grim too, to be honest. Like, can't say dying's particularly a good option either. But when you've got dementia and you're hallucinating and you're in chronic pain, life is just sad. Right, we need to lighten that with something. Okay. That's what I needed. Oh, yes. Suddenly you discover a colour and you go, that's working. Of course, it probably isn't working. You just have a moment where you think it is. And I am just playing with this colour is turquoise tint. And where is my bright yellow? Oh, that's too bright yellow. I want bright yellow green, but I don't want to go too bright yellow. Maybe we'll stay with turquoise. Pinks in there. That's it. That's it. Yep. Oh, I'm using my blue for doing the pinks. That's really bad. What have I told you about using the right? I have one for wedge for red and one for blues. And what am I doing? Ignoring my own rules. And I'm mixing my colours. Now, mixing colours is a good thing, but not when you're using the wedges. You want to keep them separate, even though I can clean it up. Sometimes you end up with a bit of residue from the previous pastel on it, and it's unsettling. Let's just make the picture big. Let's zoom out. Can we do that? And I'm just going to stand away from the painting for a moment to see it from a distance. I'm still with you. Don't go away. I'm just looking and going, what have I done? Okay. So quite dark in places. Just go back in. Quite dark in places. Let's have a look at the reference photo. It is dark. Doing all right, David. What are you panicking for? Got a nice curve over here, which is that's anatomically correct. We just need some oh, comes down. on that dark. So what I've done is I'm zoomed into my reference photo, just as you see it on the screen. That's what I've got on my reference photo. And that's fine, but what happens is you can lose sight of your bigger picture. So I know I've got to have some light coming onto this arm now in order for the contrast to show up. And that contrast needs to be a bit darker. Yeah. Yeah. Comes. If you've got a dark line, you're going to need a light line. So we keep going with that dark. Darken that up. How's that feel? We'll bring that up a bit more. That a bit redder. Redder. What part of redder? Also not hearing. You have to do this with a pencil. Sometimes what happens is if you've put quite a chunk of pastel down, doesn't like it so much. Crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. Green in those. It's a shadow. Means I'm gonna need that down here too. I'll just go quiet for a bit while I concentrate. It's not you, it's me. Want some yellow. I think this is Hansa. Yeah. Wonder if this is actually a turquoise shade going on in there. Just mutter away to myself for a moment. Don't mind me. You get to hear the ruminations in real time. Actually, it's a delay of about 2 minutes, I think, between what I'm saying and what you're hearing. At least a minute. What do I want to? I want to start introducing some. I want some more blues in there. It's kind of some violet, actually. I think that's what I'm. So that's what I'm missing in my life. I'll start with magenta tint because that's the safest option. The violet is often just a bit too strong. No offence to anyone named Violet. Sometimes you don't know your own strength. Yeah, I think we'll just end up putting more magenta. I don't want to knock out that lovely turquoise I dropped in earlier. Really like it. Just cool this down a bit. Magenta highlights. All right. Okay. I think this. Do we want more of that magenta? Let's go with that one. And we'll need to tone that in. That's it. If we use a bit of that and a bit of that, we'll get the colour we want. Come in dark. Ooh. Chew. Get in there. This needs to be dark. Ooh. It's got to be dark in there. Nice. Right, so we've done the dark. Now we can come in with some light. Blend it. Should use a red though. I'm doing it again using my blue sponge for reds. Don't know what's got into me. Hmm. think I've done as much as I can today on this top, and I'll need to move on to her skin next. How are we going to do her skin? Well, that's probably going to be some orange, I think. I think we're going to use some orange. And I'm kind of inclined, I'm just blocking in at the moment, but I'm sort of inclined to do this in Pastel as well. It might be quite nice to do your skin that way. Right. Yeah. It's going to be dark. Yeah. Just for a moment. Just, yeah, to I probably should do a little bit of pencil work to darken up and capture the fringe of her fringe. Is it hem? Hem's at the bottom, isn't it? What do you call the bit around your neckline then? Maybe it's neckline. But that needs to be darkened up. So it's, you know, because this is where we've got our shadows occurring. There we go. Comes something like that. And then that'll get sort of blended out. It's a bit darker around there. Just something like that. $12.27. Yes. So we'll have a crack at her skin next week. Or next time I do a... It may be Friday. I hope it's Friday. I need to crack on and get this done in case I do end up getting a new contract, and then I'll be pushed for time to do the art. I'll be getting paid money, but you know, changing people's lives through business is not the same as painting something that makes them feel something unique. Unfortunately, doing romantic art, I have to get a lot faster and better in order to make some money. But anyway, this has been a nice one to be plugging away at. We're starting to get the... This still needs to be darker. Darker, David. Okay. Pull that in. Some nice... Get some... There we go. Bit of turquoise. Yeah, let's have a look. Let's zoom out. Oh, it's William talking to me. It's looking marvellous. Marvellous, William says. A rainbow of colour giving birth. Yes, it feels like it's giving birth, at least I've got the same pains, to a really complicated shape. Yes, thank you. I look forward to... Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in, William. It's looking a bit blocky. I need to sort of fix that. All the best with your own art too. I have to drop a link into it at some stage if you're on Instagram, and love to see it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you again